How to replace belts and blades on a riding lawnmower. In this video, I'm going to be using an older Scott's lawnmower. This is around a 2000 model, the year 2000. To get started, we're going to drop the deck off. So to do that, we're going to pull these pins out. There's one on either side. There's like a bar connected to the front of the mower deck. You pull this pin out and pull the rod out, and then you're able to just drop the deck down. Next, I'm going to take these pulleys off to get the belts off. So this is the top side of the mower deck, and I'm going to loosen these big nuts on the top using this socket wrench. You may want to take a picture too before you start taking bolts and stuff out and removing the belts to help you get the belts on correctly when you're putting them back on. Now that the mower deck and the belts are off, I'm going to remove the spring. There's a tension spring that is hooked to help hold the mower deck in place. So I'm going to disengage that. I just have a little hook on the end of a piece of twine. I'm going to hook this hook on the end of the spring, the tension spring, and then I'm going to pull on the twine to pop it off from its location. And you're going to do this in the opposite. To get this spring back on, you hook the hook onto it and pull it and replace it into position when you're all finished. So there's the spring, it's off. I'm going to take this little nut off. This is just going to get this out of the way so I can get belts off and on, like the drive belt. In this situation, I need to get the drive belt off. So I take that off. I actually lost my video clip of me taking that nut off and that little arm for the brake. Now what I'm doing is I am disengaging the steering arm. So this little arm goes up to the front wheels for steering. So I'm getting it started here. It's been on there for so long and everything. It's really hard to get moving. So once I got it moving, I loosened it up a little bit, but then I needed to hold it in place by using another wrench on the bottom side of the nut, and proceeded to take it the rest of the way off. Once it's off, you can go ahead and take your belts out. That's the drive belt there. Got a little bit of sleet and snow while I was doing this. Now, if you look up in there, I didn't film putting the belts on. Sorry about that. The blue belt is the drive belt, and I had to take this bracket off and put it back on to get the belt off and back on. And then the tannish belt is the mower deck belt. And again, you want to take a picture of how this belt goes around these pulleys before you take it off to make sure you're getting it on and around the pulleys correctly. But there we have it, the belt going to the back pulleys there on the mower deck, and the mower deck is back on. I just put it back on in reverse of how I took it off. Now to replace the blades, the bolts on the bottom side of the blades are sometimes very difficult to get started. So I'm using a piece of pipe to give me more leverage, and I just recommend doing this if you're ever in a common situation. Having that pipe gives you so much more leverage. So you're going to kind of hold the mower blade in place and then crank with that piece of pipe, and you can get those bolts loose. If that's not working for you, you could also try spraying some WD-40 oil to help loosen them up. But it's a matter of just simply taking this bolt all the way out, and you could also just take your blades off and sharpen them up. I decided to just get new blades, and it's just a matter of putting the bolt back through it to get the blade on. And just to show you real quick, this is how I had the mower set up so that I could work under it and safely work under it without it falling on top of me. I just had it ratchet strapped up into this tree like this. Well, I want to thank you for tuning into this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful in showing you how to replace the belts and blades on this mower. Again, this is an older version, but There's a lot of mowers that will have similar aspects to them. Please click the like button and help support the video by making a comment or sharing it with somebody, subscribing, things like that. Until next time, take care.